Welcome back to Behind the Print podcast, where we feature industry leaders and uncover the creative minds and their businesses within the world of professional printing. Our mission is to provide you with actionable, inspiring resources that elevate your business projects and accelerate your journey to excellence in profit and print. Today's episode is Building Character from the Start, and I'm here with founder and CEO of Tiny Values, Angelique Reisch.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How have you been?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Busy. It's May. The kid things are nuts with the kids in school and busy with business. So it's fabulous. Thank you. Yeah.
For sure, and summer's coming up too.
It's almost there. Almost there. How about you?
I've been well, enjoying some of that nice weather that we've had here in Montana the past couple weeks. Not so cold, not so windy.
Good, good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah, so can you just start by telling us about Tiny Values and who you help?
I would love to. Yes. So Tiny Values is a subscription box. It's geared for ages 4 to 7, and it's a monthly box that shows up and teaches a new value each month. So each month has a different theme. And I like to say, like, think of all the wonderful things you want your kids to learn, like kindness, gratitude,
Yeah.
courage, resilience, independence, patience. So we
Mhm.
teach one of those each month. It comes with a book, it comes with a hands-on project, it comes with a workbook, discussion cards. So we try to pack as much, oh, and a fun surprise gift. So we try to pack as much value as we can into each box. And who we help, I mean, we certainly, the kids, it's been phenomenal to hear the stories of kids learning how to control their
Yeah.
anger, learning patience. Oh gosh, kindness, empathy has been a big one, learning how to step into each other's the shoes of someone else. But I think we also like our true client is really the parents, because these things can be really hard to teach. It's, how do you
Mhm.
teach a 4 to 7 year old resilience?
Right.
And we really try to make it a fun way that it gives parents everything that they need to teach these kind of very tricky concepts to kids.
Right. And those are such tricky and hard concepts to teach to young minds. And even some adults today don't have some of those values that are
Good point.
taught in your subscription boxes. So how do
Totally.
they use those different products to learn?
Yeah, great question. So we start with everything. So my background is Pixar. I worked at Pixar for 15 years. And Pixar, everything is about
Cool.
story, right? Story is
Right.
king, is always what they say. So we start with the story, and the story is at the heart of each box. And our kids get to meet a really special character who is struggling with whatever that value is. So they get to connect with that character, they see that character struggle, and then we teach them a tool that they can use to overcome. They see that character overcome that
Mhm.
challenge using that tool. And
Right.
then typically that tool, whatever that tool is, the hands-on project. So our children also get to really practice what the tool is that they're learning each month.
Right. That's super cool. So it reflects the character in the book to how they can use it in real life.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And then there's an activity book as well, which is really cool because we try to make it fun, like, well, word scrambles and mazes, and
Right.
all the while we're reinforcing the whatever the theme of the month is.
Totally. So are there any other programs like this, or what do you think makes you stand out?
Great question. There's certainly other book series that are about character development. What I think we do really well in a lot of books that I researched before writing these and starting this company, a lot of them anthropomorphize the characters. So you might see like a little fox who's having trouble with patience, or a little dot that can't keep control of his anger. And for me, I think that just removes the kids a little too far from from relating to that story. I think they're wonderful. I think they're wonderful at teaching the concepts, but there's a reason that we have really adorable human characters because, we want the kids to see Carlos, a 6-year-old boy who likes soccer and mac and cheese and also struggles to manage his anger, because we're helping them identify with that character. And then they'll see that, oh, Carlos also struggles with anger. I like soccer, I like mac and cheese, and I have trouble managing my anger. And so maybe what works for Carlos might work for me. So I think that's one way that we stand out as a company, and really just the hands-on aspect. I think books are wonderful, but when you can then take that book and create a project that is hands-on and they get to really practice what they're learning in the book, that's when I think it really comes alive for our kids.
Totally. Putting it in practice and then seeing it, I totally agree with you. Seeing it on another kid who's just like them, who they can find similarities with, makes it that much more impactful rather than animals or other characters that might be in the fantasy realm or just exciting and take away from the values that they're trying to teach.
Yeah, exactly. My personal opinion. But yeah.
So tell me about some of the milestones or projects that have helped define tiny values.
Okay, so I love this question because you guys at Printing Center USA are actually really pivotal to this. Okay, so I'm going to back up. I'm going to tell you a little story about how. So, when I first started the business, I would curate the children's books. So, I would go and I would read hundreds and hundreds of books. I would know, okay, we're going to do kindness this month. Let me read every children's book I can find on kindness. And then I would decide, oh, this one most closely matches the what I'm hoping the kids will learn. And then I'd build the project around that. And we would ship the book with the project. Over the last few years, prices have increased, shipping has increased, and shipping these big hardbound books was just getting too expensive. So I wanted to bring our price point down, and I knew that we were at a turning point for the company. I decided, okay, I've always wanted to write my own children's books, and I just felt like, okay, let's try this. And I knew with Printing Center USA, I was already printing my activity books through you guys. So I was like,
Right.
I knew I had all my print, I had no worries there. So I was like, okay, I'm going to write the books myself. And what that has done has given me the freedom to create these really relatable characters and then to teach exactly the tool that I had in mind. So it's not like, oh, I'm trying to find the best thing that I can. It's like, oh, I know exactly what I want the kids to learn. I know exactly what cute character is going to be able to teach them. And yeah, Printing Center USA has really enabled me to take off. And we've gotten our price point down to only $25 a month with free shipping, which is kind of amazing considering how many things
Yeah.
in the box. And your very reasonable prices have helped us do that. So I'm thrilled to answer that question.
Well, we are so lucky and fortunate that we got to help you on that and just get the project off the ground and make it something truly yours, not something you're borrowing from other ideas or other people's books. It's completely original.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's so cool. So
Thank
cool. So, have you had to overcome any challenges in creating your own business and prompting an emotionally driven brand?
Yes, absolutely. So I think one of the biggest challenges is parents are so busy these days, and I get it. I have two kids. I'm busy with work. I like between like just getting them home, getting homework, getting to activities, getting them
Yeah.
fed to bed. It's like there's no bandwidth for extra stuff. So I think that originally, again, like we've learned over the years, our original boxes had 3 or 4 projects, and there was all these things to do. And I think we've learned parents just, we want to get it as streamlined as possible. We know who our customers are. I know what it's like. We want you to be able to get the most value in the fastest amount of time possible. So we pack as much value as we can into each box, knowing that parents are on a limited schedule. And so I think with us, that has definitely been something that, as an emotionally driven brand, we've definitely struggled to not struggle, but we've overcome our learning curve on that and really tried to create a product that is easy for parents to use.
Yeah, for sure. Parents are so busy these days. They've got endless work, endless activities, and then trying to take care of themselves on top of that. It kind of puts that emotional learning to the side. So you're really giving them a leg up in that aspect, just giving them the tools that they can just say, hey, let's work on this for 30 minutes or even 10 minutes and see what we can do together.
Yeah, exactly. And get that really quick parenting win
For
for the kid.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So you use print a lot in your subscription boxes. So that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. We print our activity books through you guys. We print the book
Right.
books through you guys. Earlier, before I was printing inserts with you guys. Yeah, so we have definitely we can deliver so much value through information, I think that way. And it's tangible. I like that it's tangible and the kids can hold it and they can, draw on it and it makes it more fun than like per se like an online course.
Totally, totally. So if tiny values were in every home in the country, what change would you hope to see in the world?
Oh my gosh, I feel like there's a change with each value we offer. So I'll just go through a few. I think that one of my favorites is the box on love. And what we teach kids is that they're loved unconditionally, no matter what, because I don't think that kids fully understand that. And so it's very clear in the book. It's like, no matter what you do, you are going to be loved. You're surrounded by a circle of love, people in your life that love you. And then they create this beautiful project where they get to print pictures of all the people that love them and it hangs in their rooms so they know know they're loved. Gosh, for our empathy box, they learn how to step in another person's shoes. So maybe they're at school and someone's sad. They learn how to empathize with that person and comfort them. They learn
Right.
how to spread kindness in their home and then go spread kindness in the world. So I think our boxes are just spreading wonderful things throughout the world, and we're seeing wonderful, wonderful stories. We're hearing wonderful stories come back to us from the kids that have completed them.
That's just life changing for some people, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so I have a question. What was it like going from working at Pixar to starting your own brand?
Oh my gosh, overwhelming. There's so many things I would do different now. Looking back, so many things, but so many things carried over as well. Making movies, you're connecting with kids. I worked on Inside Out for 3 years. I was the character lighting lead. So I was worked so closely on joy, on anger, disgust, fear, and them human characters. And I think that like watching how those characters were able to connect with kids and teach them about complex ideas and emotions
Totally.
really was a huge inspiration for this business. I was like, oh my gosh, what if we could do that for all the values and use these characters to really help kids just empathize and help them be more kind and help them be more patient. So yeah, it was overwhelming and a little crazy, but I'm here. We have a product and I've learned a ton, and it's fun and exciting and terrifying every day.
Totally. Wow. Well, that's so interesting because when I first watched Inside Out, and it's now one of my favorite movies, I love it. I was thinking the same thing, like, why don't they come up with an Inside Out 2 that has just all the emotions, teaching all the things? So I'm glad you tackled that and just knocked it out of the park.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So if you had a day completely free to spend however you'd like and you weren't working on tiny values, what would you be doing?
Definitely with my family, with my kids. My kids would be off, my husband would be off. And I think I love being outside. So I think we'd be like exploring somewhere. Like I'm
Yeah.
picturing we do some geocaching, hiking, having a picnic, just a nice spring day outside exploring. And my husband or my son would be catching lizards, and me and my husband would be chilling.
Right.
Yeah, that
No
would be
lizards. I'm good.
yeah. Yeah, he's big into lizards.
Awesome. That sounds like a blast. Wow, that sounds just so
Yeah,
fun.
thanks.
So, where can our listeners find your kits, follow along with the mission, or order a subscription box?
Yeah, we're at tinyvalues.com. Very simple. On Instagram, Tiny Values, and on Facebook, Tiny Values Team. So please join us, follow us. I've got lots of fun freebies and things. See if it's a good fit.
Mhm.
Yeah, and please, yeah, no matter where you go, whether it's Tiny Values or somewhere else, I think prioritizing teaching kids values, it's so important. I always say we spend so much time and energy teaching them soccer and
Right.
music, and these things are wonderful and important.
Mhm.
But let's not forget about kindness, patience, confidence, resilience, independence, friendship.
Totally. I love it. I love it. So, you guys heard her. Check them out on Facebook at Tiny Values Team, Tiny Values on Instagram, and tinyvalues.com. But that's a wrap on another episode of Behind the Print podcast. Thanks to our listeners for joining us as we've explored the artistry and innovation of the printing world. Remember, having a strong vision, building the right strategy, and using tools like print to amplify your message will make your brand stand out from the crowd. If you've enjoyed today's episode, be sure to stop by printingcenterusa.com and get yourself a free sample pack to share with your fellow business enthusiasts. Until next time, keep those creative sparks flying, and remember, there's always more to discover behind the print.